Hi guys, it's Kales, and I'm here with my May TBR video. Hopefully it's going to be a little shorter because my list is a little bit shorter, and we will see what we got on the docket this month. Shall we? The first books that I want to read in the month of May should be rather obvious to any of you who've been watching my videos, and they are Sapphire Blue and Emerald Green by Kiersten Gier, and they are the final two books in the Ruby Red trilogy, or the Precious Stone trilogy. I don't actually know what the trilogy itself is called. I think I've said this explanation like 700 times, but I'll say it again. They follow this girl named Gwen, and it follows her family who has had a time-traveling gene, and she learns to navigate her way through suddenly bouncing through times with this secret society and finding out this scandal in her family, and the trilogy continues. First with Sapphire Blue and then Emerald Green. So I'm working my way through this now. You can see somewhere in my bookmark. Woohoo, there, see, there it is. Yay. Excited to keep going because this series is very intriguing, very different, great voice, wonderful characters, and also a lot of intrigue. I'm really curious to see how this turns out because so far through book one, I have no idea how it's gonna end, and I can't wait to get through that. These are my first two on my May TBR list. Right at the top, ladies and gents, right at the top. The next book on my TBR list should also be a little bit obvious, and it is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, because I am participating in the Booksplosion Book of the Month, and that book is this book for the month of May. It's a highly anticipated story that follows a slave and a soldier in this like ancient Rome type world, and it follows their journey, first starting out as like two separate stories and then weaving themselves into one awesome story. If any of you are curious and going along with this Booksplosion, it is following Katie Tastic, Pollyanna Books, and Jack the Reader as they read this book, and they're doing it with Penguin. Some of them actually got to meet the author, which is really exciting. It's going to be all on Goodreads, and they have a live show at the end of the month. So I'm actually excited to be participating in the Booksplosion Book of the Month for the first time ever. Highly anticipated, highly excited to read this, and I'm highly excited to be reading it in the Booksplosion group. I just had excited a lot in that last segment, but I'm really excited, so it's all true. The next book on my May TBR list is City of Thieves by David Benioff, which was recommended and bought by Reagan from Peruse Project, and centers around two gentlemen in Leningrad in World War II when the Nazis are taking over, and they get sent on this fun mission to like help out with the colonel's daughter's wedding cake. I am a sucker for historical fiction, especially about Russia. And it's not that long, so I'm sure that I'll be able to get through it. I'm really excited to see how I respond to this one. You know, people are just saying it's just flat out great. That's one of the blurbs on the back. Pretty simple, short, sweet, to the point. Excited to read. The last official book on my TBR May list is one I actually didn't haul because I got it on the day of my haul, and that is Jack and Louisa by Keenen-Bowler and Kate Wetherhead. This is a book about two theater nerd children. One is like this high Broadway star child, and the other one just kind of does community theater, and how they become great friends. And it's written by two of my favorite Broadway actors, and I, being the theater nerd that I am, and so excited to get my hands on this book. I actually saw this on my friend Jenna's Instagram, so thank you, Jenna, for posting that, because now I have an awesome new theater-oriented middle grade reader book to read in the month of May, and you guessed it, I couldn't be more excited. Finally, the last thing that I'm gonna do is I realized I have a lot of books on my shelf that I haven't read. I buy more books than I can read, and that's not a very good habit. So what I'm starting to do is I created a TBR jar with every book in it on a sticky note that I have not read that I currently own. It's got a lot of sticky notes in it. My rules for myself for this TBR jar is I'm not allowed to buy any new books until I finish at least one of the books in this jar, which is gonna be really difficult for me. I'm not gonna hold myself to doing this one book at a time. If I find that there's another book that's in the TBR jar that I want to read, I'm just gonna take that out. But I do have to read the one that I pull right now. This is a little scary. I wish there was a drum roll because I really want to see how this goes. I got my hand in here. I have to pick out one sticky note, and it's gonna be you. I choose you, Pikachu. What are you? Rebel Belle! So I guess we're joining on this bandwagon sooner than I thought I was gonna, but I talked about this book previously in my haul video because I hauled it Yay! I'm excited because I wanted to read this one anyway, but I was hesitant to put it on my TBR because I'm reading a lot of popular books right now, but I'm excited because Miss Mayhem just came out and this is all hyped up right now, so I think it's appropriate that I read it in the month of May. Follows the journey of this Southern Belle girl who one day during her dance at her school becomes a paladin and has to rid the world of evil. Sounds super cool, really excited once again to get on this bandwagon. I got about 6 books for the month of May, which I think is not too bad considering I read 7 last month, and a lot of these I am, once again, very, very excited to read, so I don't think it will be too hard. We'll see. Maybe we'll get to more than this. I better not jinx it. If you guys have any comments or any books that you want to suggest for me to read and add to my TBR list, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, guys, bye! Guys, it's Kales, and I'm here with my March, ow! They always fall.